Hi beautiful people! First of all, I hope you had such a beautiful Christmas. I've been on the East Coast with my family and it has been amazing except for one thing. I put up this video responding to the Lauren Daigle controversy and apparently it got posted on some Christian website where a bunch of people that I like to call the stone throwers have found me. The reason I call these people stone throwers is because their comments leave absolutely no room for grace or kindness or love or conversation. These are Christians that tell you who you are. They tell Lauren Daigle she is a sinner, she's immodest, how dare she call herself a Christian, how dare she be okay with the LGBTQ community, and I'm just getting a little tiny taste of what Lauren has had to face and what the LGBTQ community has had to face by putting out that video. I will not delete the comments of these stone throwers because everyone is welcome here in the God is Grey community, but instead I would like to engage with you all. And to do so, I want to introduce you to someone that actually believes closer to the way that you believe. This is someone that used to throw a lot of stones at me, and I used to throw a lot of stones at him. So I really wanted to introduce you and show you, maybe teach you, how we can come from two different points of view and have an honest, kind, genuine dialogue, Christian to Christian. So without further ado, here is my dad.
Hi, beautiful people.
Okay, perfect. I know that a lot of your parents caused you pain. A lot of your parents tell you who you are, what you're doing wrong, how you're sinning, that you're gonna go to hell. They infuse all this fear into your life. And my dad used to do a little bit of that to me.
Maybe a whole lot sometimes.
Yeah. My dad has done this to me in the past where he just wants to protect, right?
Yes.
Just wants to make sure I'm gonna go to heaven, that I'm leading a good life, that I'm close to God, and It's just scary when you see your kids aren't headed in that direction in your opinion, right?
That's true.
Dad and I are Christian, right?
Right.
Are you a Christian?
Totally, yes.
Do you think I'm a Christian?
Yes, I do.
And we really come from completely different perspectives. We're from different generations. When were you born?
1941.
You're born in the 1940s. Are you a liberal or a conservative person?
I'm a conservative.
Are you a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm a Republican.
Are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
Were you scared when you first heard the name of my channel, God is Grey?
No, I wasn't scared. I wanted to talk to you about it because at that time, I don't really think God is gray.
Do you now understand what the name of that title is?
Yes, I do. There's two things I've always thought. There's the letter of the law and there's the spirit of the law. And I think what Brenda's trying to do here is she's focusing more on the spirit of the law. She'd be reading the Bible with an open mind and not just like you're reading a driver's manual where the laws are all black and white.
I completely agree. I think there are guidelines and there are definitive things that are right and wrong. The
Yes.
10 Commandments, for example.
Yeah.
I'm not making a video debunking the 10 Commandments.
No.
We're talking about the gray areas, hence the title God is Grey. Do you think a hateful comment does anyone any good?
No, absolutely not.
Please educated yourself, my dear.
Educated yourself.
We will be praying heavily for you and your comprehension.
So this would mean your prayers are superior to our prayers.
Apparently. And I know I'm teasing you guys a lot and no one's gonna want to be called a stone thrower, but I feel like these comments are just muddying the water of this beautiful community and God is Grey. During the election of Donald Trump, me and this gentleman had a very difficult time in our relationship. So we're going to bring out a third party. He has been our mediator through this headbutting, and we're going to talk about some of the more sticky subjects, the gray areas, the things that are difficult.
Let's get ready to rumble! Round one. We have the Lauren Daigle controversy. Tap gloves, fight!
I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey.
What do you think?
I like her.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
We listened to her a bit in the car and you said their music really resonated with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So The first thing that happened is Lauren Daigle got attacked by Christians for appearing on the Ellen DeGeneres show. What is your perspective as a Christian conservative man that she went on the Ellen show?
Well, I look at it the same way as in the Bible where the disciples are asking Jesus, why does he hang out with robbers and thieves and tax collectors? And then Jesus simply said, this is where I should be.
Okay, so no disagreement here. We both agree she should have went on the Ellen show.
I agree, yes.
So then, Christians called her a lukewarm Christian because she would not blatantly say being gay is a sin.
I don't know. I'm not God. I just say read the Bible and find out for yourself. And when you find out, let me know, because I'm learning too.
I believe she's really a good Christian because she doesn't want to alienate her friends that are gay.
Well, what about the argument that it is our responsibility as loving Christians to tell people when they're sinning so they don't go to hell?
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but I think it also should be on a different level. Because saying it to a mass audience, you're embarrassing these people.
Look at this one thing that a Christian, supposedly man, put up of Lauren Daigle.
A
Noose around her neck.
Don't you understand that is so wrong? Go look in the mirror and say to yourself, what are you doing?
Plank in your own eye.
Yes, plus you're an offense to God. You think he's sitting up there saying, oh great, you can treat my children that way, you can disrespect them, you can put little nooses around their necks or little cartoons.
So let's look at some of these outfits that Christians had a problem with. What do you think of this dress Lauren Daigle wore?
Fashionable. Nice.
Yeah, it's fashionable, yeah, exactly. It's nice, I like it.
How about this one?
It's cool. It's comfortable.
Do you guys feel she's put a stumbling block in front of your manhood?
No. I mean, she's such a great Christian singer, and she's a woman, and she's successful, and she's bringing people to Christ. And now you're going to criticize, first you're going to judge her. You know why you're judging? Because you're probably coveting her success.
It's true. You know how many of these comments say, if I was in her position, I would da-da-da. And I'm like,
There's
well,
a reason
good.
you're not.
Yeah, why don't you devote your entire life to singing? Why don't you take singing lessons? Why don't you get on the stage in Ellen? And then why don't we talk about how you would handle it?
That's right. There you go.
Jesus said they will come to God because of goodness. Why are you obsessing over other people's sexual sin? Shut up about it for a second and go to a homeless, community and serve them. Show your goodness. Show the goodness of God that God's brought you.
But the church is not helping the gay person then, is what you're saying. You're saying just leave them alone. In the end, this does have consequences.
Round one, we got some agreements and some disagreements. It's like we're disagreeing on if it's a sin at all. Might be a translation issue, or it might be a sin no different than any other one. If you're talking about this artist like that, you might be coveting her success, and most importantly, it's probably none of your dang business, so leave it alone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an exciting round. Round two. We're talking about abortion. Fight.
It's been really difficult for me when commenters don't understand the heart of my abortion video. That video was actually about how we as a society and we as Christian voters can help prevent abortions. For me, I've read all the facts and all the statistics, and that means voting pro-choice.
No, I disagree with that.
But what if it prevents abortion statistically?
When I hear pro-choice, I just think of pro-death.
That's such a good point. The one thing about our president, Mr. Donald Trump, is he is so good with words. And I truly think the Liberal Party blows it with words. For example, we call ourselves democratic socialists. That's the worst. That's like the most misleading, terrible lingo we could have chosen.
Yes.
And pro-choice saves babies' lives, but it's called pro-choice, so it does sound like pro-death.
Yeah.
Pro-life kills more babies, causes more abortion. It's like we have terrible marketing. My dad was an educator our entire lives. How many years were you a teacher?
35 years.
Okay, so you are a supporter of education, I presume.
I'm a survivor.
Mike Pence's religious convictions have led him to believe the fallacy that abortion can be stopped by simply closing down clinics. Emboldened by this lie and abstinence advocate Valerie Huber, President Trump cut more than $200 million in federal funds to teen pregnancy centers and proposed a budget which would allocate millions of dollars for abstinence-only education. What do you think of abstinence-only education?
Well, I don't think it's going to work. It's just like, oh, go see your mom or dad, and they'll educate you. They'll tell you about the birds and the bees. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, most of these kids, many of them, come from broken homes, and there's nobody to tell them.
Why do you think Christians and people in government and the Republican Party continue making abstinence only happen?
I think the people that believe this in the Republican Party, they need education too. I also believe that there is some good arguments for abstinence.
Sure, but
Yeah.
ignorance is not bliss when it comes to sex education.
That's absolutely correct, Brenda.
So why do they have to go hand in hand? Ignorance with religion. I think one of the main conceptions about anyone that's pro-choice or liberal or feminist is that they just love abortions and they just can't wait to run to the clinic and get their abortion.
Well, I don't think anybody loves abortion.
Well, let me introduce you to someone that says we do love abortion.
Okay.
Mr. Ben Shapiro.
It's really important that women be able to kill it anytime they please.
If Ben Shapiro truly wants less abortion in this country, he needs to acknowledge that 50% of the problem is men. He has the ear of so many men, and he wastes that opportunity by telling women they just need to keep their legs shut and everything will be fine. How about teaching these men how to lead in powerful, life-giving relationships? I know so many women that were abandoned, abused, neglected during their pregnancies. Men are the reason women get abortions too.
Well, it goes back to what I was saying about educating the male population, especially on the high school level or the middle school level. You got to get these people early. Your hormones won't wait.
So I think we have some agreements and some disagreements. It seems like everyone agrees with the right things to do. It's about education, it's about teaching. Round 3, we got a doozy for you. Donald Trump, our commander-in-chief. Fight!
The greatest president we ever had. We got to boast jobs now. The economy is the best it's ever been. And we have a better image with the world now. And
Oh yeah, you think so?
Absolutely.
I know, we're very respected.
I'm not going to sit here and hear this.
Oh guys, it's the holidays. I'm calling it right here.
In all seriousness, we choose our battles. We saw a rift in our relationship. If you're gonna get at a fever pitch and watch things that make you even more angry and engage in conversations that make you hate the other side or demonize people for not believing exactly what you believe, you're already not acting in the Christian spirit.
That's right. You must always remember that not everyone is as intelligent as you are.
When it comes to main debates, I think the truth sometimes is in the middle, and it's hard to be
This
on
one's
either
middle.
extreme. If you're on one extreme and the other extreme, it's difficult to communicate, but if you're able to communicate, you usually find the truth is somewhere in the middle, and that's where you should try to find it. And if you like my sister, you should like, subscribe, share it, donate to our Patreon, that would be wonderful. She's just the best.
We love you. God bless.